right, we are locked in.
We're so locked in.
I got a new mouse or a new Stravers.
I am the new Stravers, yes.
Yeah. We kicked him out. He texted me this morning and he's like, he was just whining. And I was like, you know what, get out of here. I'll have Mouse on here.
Yeah. And I came in, bells on, ready to work. Ready to go, dude.
Let's go.
Yeah.
So you have a new single that's out right now.
New single, out now.
What's it called?
The Score.
Yeah. Who made it?
We did.
We did.
Just you and me.
No Stravers.
No Stravers.
Yeah, man. New music is starting to fucking roll out. I'm super excited. I really like this one. I kind of forgot about this track, honestly. Because
this was like the second one I brought you guys.
Yeah, and that was like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And then we've done a lot of writing since then. So it's cool to finally have it out.
Dude, I'm stoked on it. I'm super, super pumped on this one.
When we were in the studio with, I think Danny, Stravs' brother, was in there filming some stuff. And I was like, did you do this guitar solo? And he's like, no. And I was like, it was me.
It was me.
I forgot about it all.
I like to think that you do that with like all of your sessions. Like you guys are playing back some Katastro stuff. You're like, Tanner, did you do this bass?
Yeah.
Who did this synth bass?
Oh man, my favorite part is that synth line. Who did that? Was that you, Tanner? Just
no,
make
man.
sure everybody knows.
It's really like I'm really stoked on this song. It means a lot, and like I don't know, it's cool to like get all of these songs out because we've been working on this project for so long that it's like, to me, you know, I've just had them like in the bag, ready to go forever. So like for other people to finally get to hear them is so exciting. Yeah,
I mean, you've been waiting, and you know, there's like a long time where you weren't really releasing anything because we're just trying to get this project done and make it right. And it's like it would have kind of like deflated it a little bit.
Yeah.
I think if you were still like trickling stuff out at the time, but it is a weird spot to be in because you know, the same time that me and Stravers are working on finishing the Katastro album, it was like 2 years where we're not touring, we're not posting anything online, we're not doing anything. You just feel like nothing's getting done. Like you feel like super stagnant, like you're in quicksand everywhere you go. You're just like, I'm so used to instant gratification when I post something and then it's like people are excited, people tell you how much they like you.
Dude,
I don't get that at all anymore.
Yeah.
and then at the same time, I like realized the other day, I was like, damn, so this whole time I've been doing the Katastro stuff and all of that, I've also been doing your album for the last 2 years.
Right.
And it's the same kind of thing where it's like, dude, nobody's heard pretty much everything I've done over the last 2 years. Nobody's heard any of it, or like 99% of it. So,
dude, it's really good. Like I'm actually really, really pumped on like the whole album. I put it on a playlist the other day and like finally listened to it all the way through, and I was like, oh shit, this is like very next level stuff for me.
Yeah, I turned it on yesterday actually. I don't know why. I must have been really bored or something. But I put it on yesterday. I was driving to the store, and there was like a new song that we wrote that ended up being the first song, and we are like kind of titling it off the album title.
Yeah.
But that was one where we were kind of, I don't know if we wanted to write another song. It was kind of, we were at the point where the album was pretty much done.
Yeah.
And we had one more day in the studio and we're like, let's just try. And that might be my new favorite, or I don't know. There's a few that are, I think Botox is my absolute favorite, but
that one was really funny, dude, because I feel amazing. Like we talked about like, I think we still need one more like smash. Like we have enough introspective songs and we have like, which is kind of like where the score came from. Like I guess if we're looking at the album, I feel like they kind of came in like mostly 3 or 4 batches.
Yeah.
Like I came to you guys with Lemonade, the score, and there's one other one, maybe Reaper, maybe like the verses for Reaper, but not any of the production for it.
Yeah.
And those were all kind of like these introspective songs, you know, that like aren't necessarily super singly. And that's what we started with. And then we did the trip to Flagstaff where it was hot singles only weekend.
Yeah, that's true. We made bangers.
Yeah, we made a bunch of bangers. And then like we're kind of like, we made a couple filler tracks in between there to kind of like fill the gaps in. And then we were talking about like, oh, we need like one more like heavy hitter. And it ended up being this song that's like a 2-part song that's like equal parts banger and then equal parts like really like pretty introspective. I'm super excited for the album.
Yeah, me too, man. Do you have any idea when you're releasing it, or just that's all under wraps for now?
It's all under wraps for now.
Yeah.
We got a couple things in the works that we got to like figure out funding wise and everything. I don't know. It's exciting to like put stuff out with like a real like team and a real plan behind it. Like even just having like you guys and Gonzo involved in it, like it makes such a difference because like I did this shit just by myself for so long that it's like it's night and day. Like when you like have other people in your corner like campaigning for you and like really like, dude, like we got to get this out. Like Gonzo's great. I'm sure you guys deal with it even more than I do.
Yeah.
He calls me every single morning.
He's called me 5 fucking times a day. It's driving me fucking nuts.
Dude, but like as someone who didn't have that for so long,
right?
It's so nice to just have somebody else that's just like keeping me on like track with it. Like, hey, have you figured out your merch for the tour? Do you know like, how much of that do you want shipped to you? Like, I'm going to handle that. And you're like, oh, okay, this is good. I don't have to do every aspect of this now.
Yeah, I need to learn how to appreciate him again, but it's just been so. I love Gonzo to death. He's done everything for us, and he's believed in like me as an artist and as a person, like even outside of Katastro, more than anybody else has in my entire life. So he has always been that guy. But yes, he will drive me up the fucking wall with these phone calls.
He's so manic.
Something small will happen, and I'll be in the middle of doing something important, and he's like, it's an emergency. I'm running out of dinner with my wife, and I'm on the phone in the middle of this restaurant, like, what's going on?
Yeah.
And he's just like, dude, I don't know, like, I think Instagram is down. I'm like, so what?
He's the king of call me now text.
Yeah.
And then like you call him and he's just like, oh, hey, did you ever hear anything back about? And you're like, no. And he's just like, oh, okay, not a big deal.
Yeah.
And you're like, this could have been
the ones that really drive me crazy. He'll be like, call me right now, it's important.
Yeah.
So I call him and then he won't answer. Or he'll call me and I'll answer.
Yeah.
And then he goes, wait a second. And then it's just the loudest noises on the other side of the phone I've ever heard in my life. And I'm just like, why am I answering the call and then getting put on hold immediately? Dude, like, just call me when you're ready to talk.
I love it. He's so high strung. We did that bowling event the other day.
Yeah.
And like, he just can't turn it off.
No.
We're at like a charity bowling event and he's like, you need to go to the lane, get your shoes on, get a ball. And then like my girlfriend's there and she grabs like a 15 pounder. He's like, you're not throwing a 15 pounder. Grab like he just can't stop.
He's not wrong.
He's not wrong. And that's really like the issue is most of the time, he's not wrong.
Yeah. There was like a super long line and all these bands were there that I like I don't know who any of them were really.
Yeah.
But they're all grouped up and I was like, texting Gonzo, I was like, you're going to register for us, right? Like we don't all need to stand in line. He's like, you need to get in line. And I'm like, no. I was like, I'm not going to. You get in line and you do it for us. There's no way they need 5 people to stand there for you to do this. And then he would go through and as soon as we're done, he's like, did you get your shoes? You need your shoes. I'm like, we're not starting for 2 hours. It's like, it's fine. That was fun though.
That was super fun.
Really fun.
Yeah.
I did get robbed. I ordered a soda because me and you we're not drinking right now.
Sober guys, dude.
We're sober boys.
Huge alphas.
Yeah. So instead I have been drinking soda, I will admit.
Yeah.
It's way more embarrassing.
That is embarrassing.
It's pretty good.
I'm just kidding, dude. I've also been like craving sodas. You know what I'm like fading is ice cream.
Really?
Dude, it turns 9:00 and my brain is so wired for like a flawed reward system that it's like, well, you made it through the day.
That's
you
why we're fucked
deserve
up,
a blizzard.
Because like anytime I go through anything, like I'm just like, I reward myself whenever I want. So it's like, oh, today was hard. I'm just going to give myself whatever I want. Dude, like I'll eat whatever I want. I'll go drink. Like, oh, beer sounds nice. I go fishing. I have a good day fishing and to wind down from having a really good time, I need to like chug 3 ice cold beers.
Oh, and let me have a bad day fishing, dude.
Oh my God.
Oh, 7, 8 beers immediately. No, dude, my AC went out of my house the other day.
Oh yeah, that's a beer situation.
No, and because beers aren't on the option for this month and no weed, I am just raw dogging life right now.
Yeah.
For the first time in like my entire adult life, and it is terrifying. But because there's none of that stuff on there, whole new forms of escapism, dude. I'm going, bro. I would like the AC goes out. I'm so cranky because I'm like, this is either going to be fucking $100 or like $10,000. Right. And if it's $10,000, we just might never have AC again. Yeah. So like it goes out, and I'm just immediately like, well, I guess we can go to Sonic. Like, get like an extra large Reese's blast.
You're angry girlfriending yourself. You're like, oh,
dude.
I guess if that's what you want, we can go to the place I really want to go to.
Yeah. And meanwhile, my girlfriend's like, it's fine. Like we have fans. We'll be all right. Like the guy will be here tomorrow. It'll be all fixed. And I'm just like, I guess, but like,
If we had an ocean spray right
if we
now,
just if we just went to Sonic, we'd probably have it all
it's
figured
fucked
out.
up. Yeah, I almost fainted yesterday in my car while driving because it was so hot while fishing. And right out, like when I came back to and I was finally like feeling normal again, I was like, I deserve a soda. And I stopped at a gas station.
Yeah, massively
so
dehydrated. Oh, you know what would really tie this together?
Yeah. Coca-Cola.
Are you a like hard Coke guy or a Diet Coke guy?
Hard Coke.
Oh, you're a maniac.
I can't do like, all right, first of all, getting into ice cream, I think that I would need more time to recover from ice cream than a heavy night of drinking. Like,
really?
Yeah, it fucks me up. I don't even think I'm like lactose intolerant.
What doesn't fuck you up though?
It's all in my head.
It is 100% in your head.
It's in my head, yeah. I think everything scares me.
My favorite thing to do to you is like after we eat in the studio, just text you and be like, my stomach kind of hurts.
Dude, no.
Just watch you tilt.
That happened once, and luckily I was sleeping, but I ate with like a bunch of people, and I was with Logan from Article.
Yeah.
And so it was like the whole band, her, we all ate, and then we get a text at like midnight. It's like, is anybody like stomach super fucked up right now? And I know if I was awake, I wouldn't have slept that night. I would have just been laying there just waiting for it to happen. Like I can convince myself of anything. It's weird because I'm realizing I have a very strong brain. It just doesn't do what I want it to do.
Yeah.
You know, it's really good at tricking me into thinking everything else but the truth, which is like normally I'm actually fine.
Dude.
It's like I've got this. I was talking to somebody about it the other day. It's like when people lose a ton of weight and then they still have the personality of like somebody that's super heavy, but they look completely different. I have that like with emotional fucking baggage where I'm just like I'm doing fine. I'm doing better. I actually feel pretty good all the time.
Yeah.
But I still have this like self-confidence of when I was like super struggling.
Yeah.
And it's this weird thing. The only thing that can really fix it is maybe sometimes ripping a dart with my boys and then drinking a ice cold soda.
You got like 3 to 4 Zen pouches in. You got.
See, that's the thing. That's what it is. Because I'm always like,
2 in right now. You just
possibly?
smiled. I could see them.
I was like, what could possibly, like, why is my stomach fucked up all the time? And I was like, maybe if I stop drinking beer, like, I know beer fucks my stomach up. And I was like, if I stop drinking beer, or if I stop drinking and maybe like, exercise and stuff, like, I'll start feeling good. I'm just like, I always feel like shit. And I realized I've got like probably 24 milligrams of nicotine just draining through my system at all time.
Yeah, constantly.
It's always happened. That's probably why I almost fainted yesterday. Honestly.
100%.
It's like, I didn't eat. Let's go through yesterday.
Pay me word picture.
I wake up. I realize I left all my shit at the studio from when we were rehearsing. So I had to drive an hour back to the studio in the morning. Didn't eat. Had 1 sip of water. Get there. Get my shit. Start driving home, realize I'm right next to like a pretty dope fishing spot. I was like, well, I'll just stop. I know it's hot, but I'll stop here for a little bit. I'll just go for like an hour. I was at the airport spot we go to.
Oh,
I started on one end. I get all the way to the end, realize I'm completely out of water. It's 108 degrees. And I have like a 1.5 mile walk, or however long that is, probably like a mile walk back. Yeah. And so I'm walking back and everything's fine. And then something like when I looked up to my car, I just started feeling like really dizzy. And I was like, then the brain started ticking. I was like, fuck, all right, like to start walking. I started walking like a fucking, like I'm walking a little weird.
Yeah.
I've got weird balance things that always happen. So like I never know what is happening. If it's like whatever. I finally get in my car. Cool. I start driving and I was like, I gotta pull over right now. Like I think I've got the spins. And so I pull over and then it hits me and I just start going out. And so like that's how fucking vain I am. I put my my sun shield up so that nobody could see me fainted in my car. Like I'd rather die in peace, I think, than like have anybody.
A crazy person.
I'm insane. But I was literally in my car yesterday holding on to both my car doors.
Can I confess something to you though?
Yeah.
Nothing would make me happier than finding out that you had a heat stroke and then like a Katastro fan like drove by and is like, I think Ryan's having a heat stroke and just puts it on Instagram and then tags me. That would be icing on the cake. Yeah. Best thing that could happen to me.
What really probably happened was I started getting too hot, had no water, hadn't eaten, and it was 3 p.m.
And then you probably popped a fucking
I
Zen
put
in.
like 2 Zins in.
Yeah.
And then got in my car and was like, I feel fucking weird. I can't put my finger on it.
Yeah.
Oh shit. So why did you stop drinking?
Because I'm vain. We're going on tour.
Yeah.
We should talk about that probably. You're coming on tour with your boy for a week to go fishing, talk some shit, get in the van. But yeah, dude, people take pictures of you when you're on tour, and like there's nothing worse than like getting like tagged in all the photos, and you just are looking at yourself like, oh, you sloppy, fat-faced piece of shit.
That's what we were just talking about. I was like, the worst is on tour when you have a photographer or video guy with you.
Yeah.
Because you start the tour off great, and then you're like, that's like, this is a sick picture. This is sick.
Yeah.
And then like, especially when you're doing like the 1 to 2 month tours.
Yeah.
But by the end of it, you're like, it's like every one of these is a really bad angle.
Yeah,
like this doesn't make sense.
I don't know. Maybe the photographer lost his touch.
Definitely the photographer.
Yeah.
And you realize like, no, it's just I've drank heavy every single night for 30 days.
Right.
And I have like probably 20 pounds of water just in my body at all times. That's especially like recently when I went to Denver, it was kind of on a sick one out there. And well, I was only on a sick one for 1 day. And then now that like kills me for like 3 days, and so I was like slow drinking to try to just like not feel like I was dying the rest of it. But then it's like you slow drink and you start all day, it's like you're still next day you're
my
hungover.
bendability is just it's plummeting. Like I used to be able to just drink, like there was times where I'd be like bartending and I'd close the bar down, drink till the sun came up, go open the bar back up, like still like half fucking drunk.
Yeah.
Work a double and then like go straight into another night of heavy drinking.
Yeah, I think one time I took ecstasy and drank until like 6 a.m, and then I went to I worked at Starbucks at 7.
Yeah.
It's like I was just like, okay,
that would,
I can just
like,
do that.
Cripple me for a month now.
I
might
can't
not
even
bounce
think about
back
it. I have anxiety right now just thinking about how I would feel if that happened.
Just to come down off that sounds like I would just be anxious for like the rest of the year.
Yeah, it really, everybody always is like, oh, once you get older, you can't drink like that. It's like, it's hitting
true.
me.
I'm
getting too
I don't know.
old.
It's been nice. So like, I feel like I've really like readjusted my relationship with alcohol and like how often I'm drinking it. So
It's giving you time to miss her.
Yeah, man. Look, like, truthfully, it does though. Like, makes me like really like value when I am gonna go for it. Like, and I will like just swing for the fences occasionally. But like I did the first 2 months without any booze. And on that was the Out Cold tour, and I did that sober, except for like one night for Greaves' birthday.
Oh shit!
And that was the first time I'd ever toured sober, and it was kind of sick.
Really?
Yeah, because
I can't imagine.
At first, it was like really just nerve wracking going on stage completely sober. But then it just made like all the hard shit about touring so much easier, like waking up in the morning and like doing the drives and shit. And I started like I started doing pre-workout before I went on stage. So every night I'm just up there just fucking gassed and my palms are all itchy and I'm just, I don't know, man. Like I'm a psychopath. I could drink like a tall espresso and go straight to sleep.
Really?
Yeah. But it was also really funny because you can like see everybody else on tour when they're hammered.
Yeah. That's not funny to me. I hate that.
It has its moments of being really not funny, and then it has its moments of being hilarious.
Yeah.
Like Danny was on tour with us, and right before we'd left, Greaves also wasn't drinking, I think, going into it as well. So he had gotten like some brewery up in Washington and given him a bunch of NA beers, like a few cases of these NA beers.
Yeah.
So we have like fucking 150 of these things just piled in the van. And we go out and we played, I think, in Denver. And then Danny has like his boy come out and they go out partying after and they're like up late. Yeah, he confessed to me at Red Rocks. He's like, dude, last time we were here, I don't know what was going on, but I just couldn't get drunk. Me and my boy came back and we drank like fucking 15 of those beers each that you guys had in the van. And I was like, those were NA beers. Yeah. You drank a bunch of NA beers.
So funny. Dude, one time we were playing in Sacramento and Andy was like fucked up. And we all went to this bar afterwards with Iration. And so it was like just us and Iration and some like random like fans from the show that made it over too. And Andy was like really fucking gone. And so we were all getting like, it was like a cocktail bar, super, like a nice place.
Yeah.
I think it was called the Shady Lady. It was right a few doors down from the Ace of Spades in Sacramento. Yeah. And so we're all getting like really good cocktails. And like, I remember Adam Taylor from Iration, he like gets to Manhattan. I don't do like cocktail. I just did like gin and soda or something. And then Andy's like, give me a cocktail. And he's like, fucked up. Adams goes, watch this. And he goes to the bartender. He's like, this guy's fucking insane. Like, make him a mocktail. And so he just started ordering Andy like 5. Like, Andy drank 6 mocktails that night and had no fucking clue. And he's just like, dude, these are so good. And he was like, it seemed like he was getting more and more drunk throughout the night, but it was just like, it was really funny.
Dude, the placebo effect of people when they like want to believe that they're getting hammered is so easy. Like when I used to bartend, I would like, people would send their drinks back and they'd just be like, this one's too weak. And then you just like pour like the smallest amount possible, like just right down the straw. So the first thing that they taste is like the alcohol. They're like, now we're talking. It's like, dude, you got a milliliter more of tequila in there.
That's when I knew I was growing up, is when I would start going to bars and I would get my drink back and it would be so strong that I'd be like, fuck this. I need to go to a place that like can actually make a fucking drink, because it's like when I'm young, it's perfect because
they don't pour these like I pour them in my house.
Yeah, I know. Dude, I don't know if I've ever told this story. So one time I moved into this apartment complex in Phoenix. It was like off Fillmore, right downtown, super nice spot.
Yeah.
And we would go, there's this pool there, and like everybody in the complex would meet there, and they had like a bunch of girls. Like it's like every night people, like we were just drinking, hanging out with like all of our neighbors and stuff. And they had a coffee shop / like beer store in the apartment complex, which was fucking sick. And you could put it on your tab and just charge it to your room. So
that's crazy.
It's so dangerous. But
we baked into your rent.
What? Yeah, they just bake it in.
Dude, that's so dangerous.
So I'd just be like I'm kind of broke right now, but like I'm gonna have rent money, so just add this on. Anyway, so we're there, and like one of the guys there, he's like, hey, I do this thing where I have to like, it's like a sales thing. Like I'm trying to sell these pans, but pretty much I just need to go cook for a certain amount of people.
Yeah.
And I'll cook for you in your house, and it just marks off on my thing that I actually like did the demo. You guys don't have to buy anything. I was like, it's like, word. He's like, it makes me like a couple $100 if I can just get into your apartment and I'll bring food you guys eat. You know, I was like, yeah, cool. So he shows up, and I like start realizing, I'm like, dude, this guy's kind of fucking weird. Like every time I've hung out with him, he's always been weird. And once he's in my apartment, and all of our other friends that live there, we're not there anymore. It's just me, my wife, and him.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I'm gonna make a drink. And so I make like a house pour. I got a brand new bottle of whiskey for it. I was like, do you want one? He's like, yeah, I'll have like one. And so I pour him like a little one, and he just starts going through this whole pitch, and I realize that it's not chill. He's not just trying to like cook me dinner and then like go off with the night. Like he's full fucking like trying to pitch me on this. And they're these like shitty fucking pants or whatever.
Yeah.
And so I'm just sitting there and I'm just like slamming drinks, and Mont's looking at me like, chill out. We finally make it to the end of dinner. I literally black out before he's even done cooking. And I'm like, don't know what I'm doing or saying. And what I do remember was I look over, I was like, damn, we drank a lot of, it was kind of like the Bobby situation. I was like, we drank a lot of this. I drank an entire bottle of whiskey, and the guy had one drink. And then he's trying selling it to me. He's like, maybe you need to like sober up before you make this decision. I was like, bro, I'm not buying anything. Like I told you, I'm not. Yeah. And then he's like this. I was like, well, how much is it? And he's like, well, I mean, this package is like 15 grand. And I was like, what the fuck, dude? He's literally trying to get me to buy like 15 grand. And then the way he did it was like, well, your other homie, so-and-so, like he just bought this one. This one's 20 grand. I was like, well, he's a fucking idiot.
That shit doesn't work on me.
No.
I have like there's nothing that's like, oh, well, Skinny Andy just bought these pants and they were 15 grand. I'm like, well, he's an idiot. That's crazy though. That is like, you were like his ideal situation though.
Yeah.
Like you let him in the house, which is like mistake number one.
Yeah.
He's basically your homie that sends you the like sign up for Cash App, and we both get $100 text like every 2 months.
Yeah.
You let that guy in the house, and then you get blackout drunk while he's trying to sell it to you.
Dude, and
it's so dangerous.
Like, do you guys want to? So the best part was like, do you guys need to like go in the other room and talk about it? And I was like, it's like my house.
Yeah.
And so I leave him, and me and Mont just go into our bedroom and close the door. And this guy's just in our kitchen.
Just robbing you
and
blind.
I just sit down. I'm sweating. I'm like so fucked up. I'm sweating. I'm just like, Mom, I fucked up. Like I drank way too much. She's like, yeah, you finished the bottle. And this guy's just in our house right now. I don't know what to do. I was like, how long do we talk where it sounds like we're actually pretending like we're considering this $15,000 pants? Yeah. And she's like, let's just give it a couple more minutes. And we went out there. I was like, yeah, just not today, man.
What'd he cook you?
It's like fucking burnt chicken.
Not enough.
Oh, and this cake. He made this cake that had like fucking vegetables in it. He's like, so what do you think is in this cake? And I was like, vegetables.
You like watching him make it?
And he's like, oh, most people don't say that. And I was like, it's a cake with veggies in it.
It tastes like rutabaga.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's wild.
No, but yeah, so we are going on a little quick, just like a little 4-show run.
Yeah, man. I'm super pumped that you're coming. This is going to be fun. We're going to do some fishing. I think we're going to close it out with a little camping, little fishing, extra day on the end of it.
Do we know where we're going yet?
I don't think so.
But try to hit the San Juan.
That would be sick. San Juan would be dope. So where are we going on tour, though? We're going
Idaho.
Boise, Idaho.
Salt Lake. Fort Collins. Headline. Never done that before.
No.
You've never headlined in Colorado?
No, actually.
Have you ever headlined anywhere outside Arizona?
Yes, but like not enough to like really count it. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, dude, those are the ones that get you there though.
Yeah.
When we were like first headlining like Pueblo, you know, it's like B market, nobody stops there. We'd go, I remember the first time we were there, we played in front of like 15 people and we were like, why the fuck did we even come here? You know?
Yeah.
And then the next time we went, it was like 30 people, 40 people.
It's the only way to build.
And then like literally the time after we went there, it was like 200 or I think it's a small room, but like we sold out. And then the time after that, we did 2 nights in a row, sold out. And it like the place is cool. And it's like, it's just, I don't know. It takes all those like shitty 10-person night shows.
Dude, I think it's going to be sick because I mean, we've done Fort Collins the last 2 years and it's always been good shows. And I think we've like established a good enough base out there. I don't think, you know, we'll probably won't like blow the doors off the place. It won't be like 500 people, but it'll probably, I think we'll get some people in the room, which is just cool. It's crazy, you know?
I sent some texts out to like some OG Katastro fans and they're like, they're coming out. I got a group coming in Idaho, I think. Too.
Yeah, it'll be sick because we got Boise, Salt Lake, and Denver with Surfer Girl.
Yeah.
Which is, I think those shows will be really fun. I'm super excited to play Cervantes. I've actually never played there before.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we've always played like Bluebird or I think I've done High Dive out there a couple times. I've played in Denver forever. It's
so
just
that
like
small room at Cervantes where we're playing the other side.
Yeah.
That's the first venue that we ever sold out of state.
No shit.
Yeah.
That's sick.
I love that place. It's like the green room's on this creaky staircase underground. It's fun.
Yeah.
Like I don't know why. It's just, it's a really tight, small room and it goes straight back. I've always had so much fun at that venue.
Yeah. I'm excited, dude. It's going to be really fun because this is kind of like the test run. My end game with all the tour stuff is I want to get to the point where I can just fish and like take the homies.
Yeah.
And like, that's kind of what this run is to start, is just you, me, and then my best friend Andy is coming to like tour manage and sell merch for us.
Yeah.
He's a photographer too. So
and he's also a professional complainer. So
he is a professional complainer, dude. But he's so funny when he's a nasty little bitch, dude. Like when he's so grumpy, he's the most funny little like. He's so
dude,
easy
he
to
will
bully.
argue with you for like it's just for the sake of arguing. We all went camping once. Me, you, your friend, and then one of my friends too. And it was like that fishing trip, and we get back and we're drinking pretty heavy that night.
Yeah.
Everyone else goes to sleep except for me and Scandy, your boy. And he just starts arguing with me about like I can't remember if it was like songwriting or like how to promote music and put music out. And like this guy knows nothing about it, but he was just arguing with me and I was like, what the fuck do you think you're doing? Like you can't argue with me. I know this shit. You take pictures of houses. I don't argue with you about like what the best way to take a picture of a house is.
Oh my god, dude. He's so good.
You can
get him to argue about anything, and then like occasionally he'll just be so wrapped up in the argument that you can get him to change his stance and start arguing for the thing he was arguing against, but he just is so like, I just have to win the argument.
Right. Dude, he would be like a really bad girlfriend, I think, if like the point where they start arguing your own point with you and then you're like, wait, why are we fighting now?
Yes. Yeah.
He does that a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, you're probably right there. Dude, but he's going to be really fun. I'm really excited. He's like kind of like a like socially awkward dude, so like having him at the merch table will be really fun for me.
Yeah, it should be great for sales.
It'd be horrible for sales, but it's gonna be really fun for me. And we'll be hanging out at the merch table. At least I will.
Yeah, I won't be there.
You probably won't, but I will. And I don't know. It's going to be fun, dude. We're going to fish. We're going to talk shit.
Yeah, I'm excited. We started rehearsal. We did 2 days and we rehearsed for 30 minutes.
Dude.
We did. It's way more in depth than like I think we both originally first thought. But like I'm playing bass, guitar, electric guitar, and synths and backing vocals and running the tracks. And you had to set up the tracks.
Yeah.
And so it's a lot of things connecting. And so far, as of right now, we don't know how to do it, but
Dude,
we're going to get it together one more day.
We'll be fine.
Yeah,
we'll get it.
People don't care.
People don't care. They don't need to see that we struggle to understand how Ableton works.
They don't need to see how the sausage
As long as Ableton works.
That's true.
It's movie magic.
It could crash like Microsoft and all the flights. Dude,
it could crash.
Speaking of,
it could burn horribly, and this will be the last tour that we do together.
It'll be fine.
Yeah, I think it'll be good.
Speaking of how the sausage is made, I saw it on Instagram. Completely off topic. There's this guy. It's called Mass Spec and Everything.
Yes.
And so he has like the science shit that he can tell what's
the
like
science shit.
Yeah, the chemicals. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, he can tell like the mass spectrometer, I think it's called. I think I'm missing a few letters in there, but you can see all the chemicals that are actually in it. So he does like nicotine pouches and tells you which ones are the best and which ones are the worst. And like Zyn has the fewest bullshit in it. But the other day he did one on hot dogs, and it's like it's gonna be fucked.
Yeah.
Did you see it? Did I send it to you?
I think you sent it to me. I didn't watch it though.
Yeah, because you don't want to hear.
I don't want to hear
the truth. Dude, he found caffeine in hot dogs, and it's like microplastics in caffeine.
That's kind of fire.
Yeah, do you like that?
Dude.
I haven't had a hot dog since I was 7, but I don't recall being like.
You haven't had a hot dog since you were 7?
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't recall being like more alert after eating them though.
I mean, there's only one way to find out, dude.
I'm not eating a hot dog on this tour.
You're gonna eat some hot dogs on this tour.
We'll see.
Don't be scared. Just embrace the dog, dude. Let the dog in you.
I got that dog in me.
You got that dog in you.
I did when I was 7. I don't anymore.
the dog's been out for some while, but you can let him back in, dude. We can pop into a QT. Ooh, let me paint you a little word picture of what we're gonna do.
I don't.
We're gonna take a cooler.
Gas stations.
We're gonna take a cooler. We're gonna go into the QT. I'm buying 2 Celsiuses. One for me, one for you. You're getting ripped on caffeine. Maybe even a C4, dude. Let's get you fucking fired up. Then we're going to stop. We're going to pop over to the roller. We're going to grab some buffalo chicken rollers and 2 hot dogs. We're rocking 2 times the 2 for 4 deal. Protein. We are alpha'd up, dude. We're riding through the country. We're not about to shit our pants at all.
No, dude.
Too powerful.
See, the problem with that is I don't drink energy drinks. I don't eat food at gas stations, and I don't know what a buffalo roller is.
Sometimes I just don't understand how you and I have been friends for so long, and it's fine, you know. Like if you want to deprive yourself of all of life's luxuries, that's your decision.
Oh, dude, I might get a road soda, but we're not gonna be sober on this trip, are we?
No, dude, I'm pounding ice cold beers with the boys.
I was like, wait, did we not talk about something?
No, tour starts on August 1st.
Okay.
Sobriety ends on July 31st.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because that's the
month. We did it.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna call it quits next week or this weekend, maybe for a day. But
yeah, it's a fragile line for me. Like even just walking up to here, this studio is right next to a brewery that we always stop and get beers at every time, and I was just like, maybe I'll call it today.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to, dude. I'm staying strong.
You're staying strong. Stay strong, dude. Yeah, it's my anniversary this weekend, and I was told if I don't have a drink, I will never have an anniversary with her again.
What if you what if you mocktail yourself?
Oh, that would be sick.
What if you order a cocktail and then you're like, hey, before he gets back, I gotta go pee, and then you just go catch the serve and you're like, hey, just make me mocktails all night.
Just mocktails.
Just mocktails.
It's like, can you just make cold ice water and put
an olive in it? Can you just bring me a tonic water with a lime?
That could be the move.
Yeah.
But then like, I'd have to progressively get more wild in the way I talk.
Yeah.
Which I can do that.
I think you could do that.
I'd kill that.
I think you just start letting all of your intrusive thoughts out.
I wake up and I'm just like, oh man, I feel awful.
I feel so bad. We should get Chinese food, right?
Yeah, I got to go to rehearse with Mouse.
Yeah.
No, dude, I'm stoked. I'm excited for another rehearsal. I'm very excited to get on the road and see like that was one of the hardest parts. Is after Andy did pass, was kind of thinking like, oh man, I'm not going to see these people again, or like there's a chance that I'm not going to see like all these fans and like relationships, and you know, a lot of them were just fans at first, but like they're kind of family now. A lot of them have fed us when we were like first starting out, or like give us places to stay, and so now it's cool because I got some of their phone numbers. So I like threw a text out and I was like, yo, I'm coming back with my boy Mouse, and they're like, we already saw Mouse was coming. A lot of them had already bought tickets because you know, because we just put you on to all of our fans. But
you guys Jay-Z'd me, dude. I don't know who you put on. I'm Beanie Siegel. I'm
kind of like.
Do you think I'm Beanie Siegel or do you think I'm J. Cole?
Do you think I'm like a Master P and you're a Romeo?
You're more like Master P and I'm like Lil Weezy, you know?
No. All right, so maybe I'm Birdman. You're Lil Weezy.
Oh yeah, that's the one I was looking for.
Because like Lil Weezy is sicker than Birdman.
Lil Weezy is sicker than Birdman, and I am sicker than you. But
that's fucking debatable.
Yeah,
I think we might. What if we come back and we're not friends anymore?
I don't think that could happen, dude. I really don't. I feel like we have enough differences to begin with that like
we've toured together.
Yeah,
I'm excited to. What we used to do on tour was we call them poor people games.
Yeah, which were just regular games for me. Also, by the way, it would just be like I would be doing something. You'd be like, "What are you doing over there?" I'd be like, "I'm trying to bounce this rock into a trash can," and he'd be like, I don't think you can do it. I'd be like, I can do it in less than 5 tries.
And we'd start throwing cash down. Oh shit.
Are we gonna play hats?
Yeah.
Even if there's enough beds?
Yeah. I like doing that and just being like, somebody has to sleep on the floor and one of the beds is empty.
Should we play hats, but we just won't put Andy's name in the hat ever?
Dude, yeah.
I'll just write.
We should get good at sleight of hand. We'll write it down and we'll show them and then we like crumple it up in our fingers.
Looks like you have to sleep on the floor again, dude. It's just the hat's spoken.
Dude, I did it one time on tour. We would play this game. We call it hats, where you just put everybody's name on a piece of paper. You throw it in your hat, and then you start drawing out for like who gets what. But you can make it interesting. The way that you do it is, you know, say you have like 3 beds at this house, and then there's like 1 cot, and like one of the beds is its own bedroom.
Yeah.
So 1 full bedroom, 2 beds in another, and then a cot like in a scary basement. And so you go, all right, first one, you draw it, and then after you already picked the name, you go, all right, what's this for? And you always go like, this is for sharing the room on one of the beds. So you get a bed, but you're gonna have to share the room, and so that person gets that. And the next one, you're like, is this one for the cot, or is this one? You know, you can make it more suspenseful. So we do it all the time. And on tour, this one time, I think I went 14 days where I had to sleep on the floor in a row.
I think I was on that tour.
And I was just like, dude, I can't. I know this is the rules, but I can't do it. I can't do it anymore.
Yeah, we did the tours together, and it was like Tim. It was just like the NBA All-Stars of bad sleeping. Like it was like me, Tim, and Tanner. Like Tim's like just fucking sawing logs, Tanner's screaming in his sleep, and I'm just like full sleep apnea guy.
Dude, I wanted to check on you when we were camping.
Yeah,
I couldn't believe it,
bro. If I drink, like if I'm like real drunk and I fall asleep, it is fucking crazy. Like,
camping.
Yeah, camping. Like, wow.
Yeah, it was bad because it was you and Scandy does too. Loud.
Does he?
Yeah.
He's always up later than me, regardless of like if I stay up till 4, he's up till 4:30. I think it's kind of like that's like his asserting dominance kind of thing, but it just doesn't.
He doesn't like to go to sleep.
He does not like to sleep. But I've never heard him sleep other than like anytime he gets hammered, he sleeps in the van the whole next day. But he's not going to do that on this tour. We're going to keep him in check.
He's got to drive.
Yeah, he's the tour manager. I'm excited for us to just bully him this entire run. Me too.
Because it's like we can go really hard because it's only like 4 or 5 days. So it's like you know, if we start like making him think that he just can't handle it anymore, he'll start thinking, you know, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to go crazy. I can't be here anymore. Yeah. But then he'll start realizing he only has 2 days left. And so he has to stick with it.
And then we have like him and I are doing another run, just the 2 of us. At the end of the month.
Oh, really?
With Algorithm. And we're going up through California. That'll be fun too, because I'm excited that he's coming with.
Yeah.
It's like, it's really fun to just have like the homies in the van, you know?
I've never traveled with like just one other person like that. It's got to be weird.
It is, and it's not. Like, it's kind of nice because you just like, there's just two of you. So it's like there's not really like I'm going to go saunter off and just like come back to the group and see what's transpired. It's like, where should we go eat? It's just the two of us. What do you want?
Yeah, I like that. I like sauntering off and getting
but I guess what I'm saying is there's less group decisions.
True.
And the group decisions on tour are always what kill me. Like, where should we go? And then 7 people argue for an hour and a half, and then eventually you just go to Chipotle.
Yeah. No, it's exciting. I'm excited to get out there and do these shows, and I'm just going to say it now. I think I probably will be the best fisherman. I think I'll not only have the most fish, but also the largest and best looking.
Why are you like this?
I don't know, dude.
What makes you...
I don't know.
What makes you
I had plenty of attention as a kid. I don't get it. Why
You're just a late adapter. So like, I don't understand why you would think that you have like the natural talent for this. Like, you're a numbers guy. It's just
a numbers thing.
You're a numbers guy. You're strictly going out every day for 6 to 7 hours to catch maybe a fish.
Oh, that's not true.
That's the truth.
I'm putting up digits, buddy. And I know you don't like to see it, but our fish chat will, if you go back and see when the last time you were catching anything.
When was the last time I was casting?
Exactly.
Every time I cast, I catch. Every time I cast, I catch, dude.
I remember you nearly having a meltdown in the White Mountains.
Nearly?
Nearly. Oh shit.
Full meltdown.
Yeah. The Bobby was really
oh my god, dude. We went fishing in the White Mountains and our friend Bobby was just like could not set a hook, and he was like on this fucking trout hunt for like he had to catch a specific species in his one place in Arizona where he could find them, and he just could not set a hook to save his life, and it was amazing.
He's like, I'm just not going to go barbless. I was like, bro, you got to go barbless.
I'm just going to break the rules.
Well, you got to. We were all, that was another, so like when I drank that entire bottle of whiskey because I was uncomfortable, another one was when we were camping with my friend Bobby and Scandy, who we're going to be on tour with, and we're all drinking, and Bobby he like you brought a bunch of food. I think I brought like a bunch of beer, and Bobby brought like some liquor. And pulls out this bottle of like pre-mixed strawberry margarita. Yeah. And he's like, I don't know, just like, he kind of put it on the table, like not, like it sort of made a big deal out of it, but not making a big deal out of it. He's just like, I don't know, like I just thought maybe we'd want to try it later.
He pulled it out like it was going to be the most appetizing thing that any of us had ever seen.
Yeah,
he pulled it out, he's like, look what I got, guys.
It's like Jose Cuervo brand pre-mixed strawberry margarita. Yeah. And so we're in the woods, we're drinking all night. I think we probably had like 15 beers before we even got back to the campsite. Easy. And then that's when we're like, hey, it's time to start drinking. Yeah. And so we're going throughout the night. Bobby's getting hammered, and we look, and he walks back with his cup and pours out the rest of the bottle of the strawberry margarita. Yeah. He's like, we really did a number on this one, guys. And we all looked at each other and started dying laughing because not one of us had a sip of it. Yeah. He just drank the entire bottle of margarita.
That's why everybody calls him Bottle Bobby.
Bottle Bobby. They do say that.
Everybody calls him that, dude.
Yeah.
Everybody we know.
But I mean, I guess one thing that we can both agree on right now is that Scandy is going to be the worst fisherman.
Easily.
Of the trip.
Dude, and he's the tour manager photographer. He's there for content, baby.
That's true.
We should just, every time he goes to catch or to goes to like, cast, we should be like, hey, can you grab your camera actually? Can you get a couple shots of us? And then just like,
here for content.
Yeah, just fucking ruin his trip. All right.
I can't wait to fuck with him.
This is going to be fun.
Yeah, man.
The score is out now.
Score is out now.
It's great. It's amazing.
It's amazing.
We did such a good job with it.
Just us.
Just us.
Yeah, man. Thank you for coming. I'm glad. I know Stravers called me and couldn't make it today, but I was like, who is better to have on the pod?
And I'm glad that I'm the first name that comes up in your Rolodex.
There you go.
Hell yeah.
All right. Love you.
I love you too.
See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.